Coming up on the Sports Desk.
The South Spartans balled out against Inglewood. North and West crushed it as well, and we've got the highlights.
Plus, we rally with the Bishop Montgomery and Torrance volleyball squads to see their killer spikes on the courts.
And then we check in with the athletes of El Camino's cross-country team. And we're going to see how the Warriors showed the Raiders who's boss.
You want it? You got it. Let's get it, Torrance. The Sports Desk starts right now.
Welcome to the Sports Desk, everyone. The only sports show designed with the Torrance sports fan in mind.
We're your hosts. I'm Cedric Welton, and this is my co-host, Dani Miskell. Let's talk some sports.
I think our man Cedric over here has the gift of foresight, because just this last week, you were talking about the Spartans and their, and I quote, illustrious first win. And what do you know? Friday, they dominated Inglewood.
Inglewood! The Spartans are back in the win column, and we have to kick this show off by giving them mad props.
But first, let's see those Spartan fans in the stands, because I'm sure this was an exciting game to experience. Sports reporter Catherine Gallo was on the sidelines.
All right, Sports Desk fans, we're here for another episode of Fans in the Stands here at South High. We got Spencer, Carmen, Nick, Bella, and Gwen here with us tonight. Guys, we're up 28-0. What do you guys think of this game right now?
It's a glorious night for South football. It's time. We're returning to glory. 48 minutes.
All right, now I see a lot of you guys aren't in your usual green tonight. Can someone tell me what that's about?
We have a USA theme tonight, and each game has a theme, but tonight's USA.
But we still see a lot of green pride here tonight, right? Does anyone want to shout out one of the players who's been doing really well?
Yes, Jackson Fish. He's been Jackson Fish. Joey Crinan.
Joey Crinan, number 14.
Drake George.
Drake George, Joey Crinan, Jackson Fish had that 78-yard touchdown. Gwen, what do you think of that?
Dude, that was crazy. Like, if we win tonight, that's the first time in 3 years. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, guys. Well, we still got another half left to play, but I don't know. Who do you think's going to win?
Definitely South.
Let's go, South! Let's go! There you have it.
All right, Catherine. Now let's see these Spartans in action.
South High School still looking to claim its first win of the 2018 season, and tonight seems as good as any to get that done as they open conference play against Inglewood, a fellow Pioneer League opponent who's trying to break its own 5-game losing streak. Now, a win here tonight will mean moving out of last place in division standings and bringing back some much-needed momentum to this Spartans team and its fans. Spartans will get that momentum going early. First quarter and first and goal. Joey Crinan cuts his route to the inside, and quarterback Drew Nash throws the dart for his wide receiver to get the 6 points as the Spartans strike first. Into the second quarter now, South wastes no time getting back on the board. Nash makes a screen pass to one of his favorite targets from the night, Jackson Fish, and he's off. Fish dodging tacklers from left to right, making the defense miss one after the other, all the way down to the end zone en route to a 78-yard touchdown. Here's Fish on that great play.
I knew it would come eventually because, you know, I have a team who could put things together and stuff. And, you know, we've been practicing on that screen a lot this season, but, you know, we couldn't figure things out. And tonight, you know, we were focusing on that screen, and we had a goal of scoring on that screen.
More big plays from the Spartans, this time on defense. Inglewood hands the ball off to its running back, but DJ Palma is there. He comes up with a big strip and forced fumble as the ball lands right in front of Joey Crinan, who makes it downfield to the 38-yard line on the turnover. Later in the second, another great play defensively. Bryce Caulfield with the hops. He'll snatch that one from the Sentinels wide receiver and get the interception. Head coach Matt Mischler very happy with the performance from his defense and special teams.
Being a defensive guy myself, I know I take a lot of pride in that, and so just getting the turnovers, that's the name of the game. You know, you win the turnover battle, you usually win the game.
And we'll see South capitalize on turnovers here as the Spartans get right back into it after the Fabrez recovery. Nash with plenty of time in the pocket. He'll make the throw to Drake George for a 26-yard touchdown pass. The Spartans will put an exclamation point on this game in the fourth quarter. Chris Carter out of the backfield will get the handoff from Nash. He runs through the big gap and into the end zone for a touchdown. This makes Carter the 5th different Spartan to score tonight as South finishes with a 34-14 win. All right, Jackson, so your first win of the season, and you just told me your first win at home in 2 years. How's it feel?
It feels absolutely amazing. You know, I mean, hard work absolutely pays off. Our team has, you know, worked their butts off all season long to get a win and stuff, and we just couldn't figure things out, you know, from start to finish. And today, that was our goal, and we accomplished it. Especially coming into league, we just wanted to start with a fresh start, 0-0, not 0-5, 0-0.
Coach Miskell is pleased not only with the team's win, but also with how they've continued to fight despite the adversity.
Well, they have a lot of resiliency. We expected to win some games earlier, and I think with a couple of bounces here or there, we would have won a few of those games. But for them to hang in there and play hard the whole time, it showed a lot about them. And I think now we're getting some guys back healthy, and we're kind of starting to click a little bit more. And I think we can, you know, be an interesting rest of the season for us.
Reporting from South High School, I'm Catherine Gallo with the Sports Desk.
Thanks, Catherine. Now we go to our defending Pioneer League champs who faced off against the Tartars. So you were on the sidelines for this one, weren't you, Cedric?
Yes, I was, but before we peep the game out, let's check out the Saxons faithful in the stands.
Saxons strong, baby!
All right, fans in the stands, we're at North Torrance. The score is 28-7. Saxons leading the Tartars at halftime. I'm with Theo. Tell me what you thought about the first half.
I thought the first half was cool. Like, we did very good on defense, and yeah, we're going to do good this game.
Okay, well, it's homecoming, so you guys obviously smashing them on homecoming. Give me a couple of thoughts on that. What does homecoming mean to you?
Homecoming is cool. I get to see, like, people who used to come here. Yeah, I really like it.
I'm here with Timmy. Timmy, tell me what you thought about the first half.
The first half, I thought North dominated Torrance. For sure. Torrance is really bad. I don't like them. That's about it.
Antoine, tell me what you thought about the first half.
You know, we dominated them easily, 28-7, easily.
Okay. Now, who are you out here supporting on the North Saxons team?
I mean, I love everybody in the North Saxons team, you know. But, you know, we about to get this dub right now.
Hey! Give me a prediction for the second half. How many points?
70-14. I got it right there.
70. That's ambitious.
Yo, Saxons strong, baby, Saxons! Yeah! Hey, shout out CitiCABLE SportsDesk! Yeah!
The Saxons held it down on homecoming, and they let it be known they're coming for another Pioneer League title. It's homecoming night, and the reigning Pioneer League champs were fired up, ready to start off league play and stake their claim for another title. First quarter, quarterback Victor Puez keeps the rock himself and runs in for the score. Point after was missed, North leads 6-0.
13 Victor Puez, touchdown!
Still in the first, a botched punt gives North good field position and Stephen Bradford took care of the rest. Outruns the Tartars for his first touchdown of the night. North leads 14-0 after a 2-point conversion. Second quarter, Saxons up 20-0. Tartars get the power run game going right before halftime and attack the middle of the North defense to get in the end zone. The score is now 20-7. Two minutes till halftime and the Saxons keep pouring it on. Victor Puez rolls left and finds Malik Mosley in the back of the end zone. The Saxons will go up 28-7 at half after a 2-point conversion. Second half, all Saxons. When you're filling out those postseason awards, remember the name Stephen Bradford. 4 touchdowns on the night, and the Saxons win for a final of 42-14. And I caught up with the team post-game. Stephen, big game. Tell me your immediate reaction following this game, beating the Tartars on homecoming.
Oh, it was pretty good. Did it for our school, 4-2, so doing pretty good this season.
Okay. Now, you guys are the reigning champs. A lot of expectations heaped on you guys coming into the season. You guys have fared pretty well. Now that we're in Pioneer League, what's the expectation going forward?
Stay dedicated, stay focused, and keep coming out here to work.
All right, Victor, big game, defeating the Tartars on homecoming. First game of Pioneer League play. Talk about the victory.
We're excited, just 42-14. We expected it, but we wanted more. And, we were just trying to get as many points on the board as possible and just getting the job done.
Okay. Now, you guys are reigning champs, filling big shoes from last year. Obviously, Salle Galloway leaving, Sean Segala. Talk about what it means to be a leader for the Saxons team going into the season.
being a leader is pretty tough. It's not that easy. You got a lot of teammates to worry about because they all count on you. You got to be accountable. And it's a lot of pressure, but you just got to keep going through it.
Coach, really big win beating the Tartars' first game of the Pioneer League. Talk about what it means for this team to beat them on homecoming night.
Yeah, you always want to win your homecoming game. That doesn't go so well, and the result would have been the other way around. But our kids prepared well, and they played hard, and we had some sloppiness from time to time. But I think offensively we threw the ball much better than we have, and that was one of our challenges that we wanted to accomplish that goal of throwing the ball definitely more efficiently than we have in the last few games.
Okay. Big contributions from Victor Poyo as well as Stephen Bradford. Filling some big shoes from last year as well, with Sean leaving as well as Saeed Galloway. Talk about them as leaders and what it meant to have such big games from them tonight.
Right. The quarterback spot is huge, and we've played Braden Diocampo there as well because he kind of provides a spark running the football. But Poyo was solid all night, and he spread the ball around and got more guys involved. And both of those guys are strong leaders, and they want to, take that offense and keep going with it. And Bradford got a little rest on defense tonight, so I think he had some fresher legs to run the ball.
Now, you guys obviously want to repeat as champ. The Pioneer League kind of had a shift with a couple teams exiting, 2 new teams coming in. What needs to happen for you guys to keep this momentum up and get a new run as Pioneer League champions?
We need to just improve, minimize our penalties. We're still doing some silly things, and be better tacklers. And we want to keep those points to a minimum every week. We think we can be a strong defensive team, so we want to keep that as our foundation.
I could see Victor Puertas and Stephen Bradford causing some major problems for those other teams.
Indeed. Now let's go around the league and look at some other high school scores.
The Warriors were victorious in their game against Morningside, defeating them 34-17.
The Knights were thwarted by Gardena by a final of 20-15. Ready to hit the courts, Dani?
Yes, let's serve it up, starting with the Lady Knights who were in action against St. Anthony. They're having a stellar season so far, 4-1 in league play, and 12-5 overall. Anthony Chardelli files this report.
The Bishop Montgomery Knights matched up against the St. Anthony Saints in a girls volleyball Delray League battle. The Saints open up the scoring as this Samantha Ashworth strike is too hot to handle for the Knights, 1-0 St. Anthony. But on the next point, Maddie Cardenas gets the kill off the block, tie game. That would be the last tie of the set because just a bit later, Dakota Quinlan goes for the kill. It's blocked, but Lauren Turner finishes the point for Bishop. They lead 7-2. The Saints would make it close though. Still in set 1, Bishop gets the dig, but Quinlan is blocked by Tiara Jennings and Gabby McPherson. The lead is just 8-7 Knights. But later in the set, the Knights pull away. Here, Newbie Vasquez sends one that the Saints can't handle to make it 13-8. Then leading 24-10, Ray Bennett serves up the ace and Bishop takes the 1-set lead. In set 2, Bishop opens the scoring as Maddie Cardenas goes up with a little misdirection and gets her team the 1-0 lead. Then the Knights pour it on. A point later, Cardenas gets another kill to make it 3-0. Soon after that, Tina Levine gets the ace to make it 6-0. The Saints do claw back, but at 21-17, libero Sydney Hamilton dives for the dig, and then Lauren Turner picks up her teammate with a kill, 22-17. Then it's set point again, and sophomore Takenya Stafford gets in on the action for the kill. It's a 2-0 set lead for Bishop. Bishop was looking to win in straight sets, but the Saints had other ideas. In set 3, Camille Harvey stakes her team to an early 3-1 lead. After a long rally at set point, Harvey gets to the ball and puts it just out of reach of the Knights to get back within a set 2-1. Set 4 was a doozy. Already midway through, Sydney Hamilton with a nice dig, and then Tina Levine knuckles it over the net to make it 11-8. But the Saints hung tough. Trailing by as many as 7 points, they tie it here on the Jaina Bell ace. So, all tied at 22. It was Dakota Quinlan time. She gets the kill here to make it 23-22. Then she does it again to bring up match point. And then finally, Quinlan and Levine combine for the match-winning block. Coach Morales, what do you think of your sophomore middle blocker?
She is the number one. That's why she said she wanted to play for me, is because we both have that winning mentality. And I know that she was like, set me the ball. She told Tina, set me the ball.
We were like, we don't want to go to a 5th set. So we were like, we need to come together and finish this match since it was so close. So I decided I want to do what I want to do and get the ball in, hit it 2 times before, get the last 3 points, and then just kill it.
Bishop Montgomery was able to win its 2nd match in a row tonight to improve to 21-6 overall, 7-1 in league. The team got strong performances by seniors Lauren Walsh, Maddie Cardenas, and Tina Levine, as well as sophomore Dakota Quinlan. The team is clicking at just the right time because playoffs are just over 2 weeks away. Reporting from Bishop Montgomery High School, I'm Anthony Chardelli for the Sports Desk.
Thanks, Anthony. The Knights are killing it all over campus. Now let's check out a Pioneer League rivalry. Torrance and West met with similar league records at 3-1. The Warriors traveled to Tartar Country. Could they weather the maroon monsoon? Sports Desk reporter Catherine Gallo gives you that answer.
The big rivalry here today between Torrance and West women's volleyball. Both teams entered 3-1 in league play, and with playoffs right around the corner, there was a lot at stake here to add fuel to that rivalry. We start in the first set. Kaylee Baker from Torrance will try a backcourt hit here, but it is shut down at the net by West Soso Akubulo with a big-time block. And now some great defense from the Tartars. Akubulo makes another great block, but this time Baker hits it back up, and senior captain Naomi Crocker makes a diving save to keep the ball in play and ultimately give Torrance the point. Here, it's the Warriors' Shannon Shaw with the big hit to give her team the lead before closing out a tight first set with a 25-23 win for West. Unsatisfied with its first performance, Torrance showed up in the next set, and it was all Tartars' ball. Kaylee Baker makes the big hit from the outside after a seamless pass from setter Danielle Aguchi, and a lot more where that came from, as this time Aguchi makes the great back set to Evelyn DaCosta, who spikes that one down to continue the Tartars' hot hand as they finish a one-sided second set 25-6. Torrance up 2-1 now heading into the fourth. Kaylee Baker again from the outside. She'll get the takedown here to put the Tartars up early. But the Warriors, still refusing to give in, make another great play. Akubulo recovers after her own block hit to dig the ball back up for Laura Jensen, who tips it over and catches the Tartars off guard to give West the point. And now we'll see another great hit from the Tartars leader, Naomi Crocker, as she puts this one away with a big swing from the corner, getting the ball just inside the line to help finish off the Warriors and win the fourth and final set, 25-22. At the end of the match, I talk with Tartars head coach Rochelle Squire and senior Naomi Crocker about the big win.
They love the rivalry matches. I think that anytime we have to play someone that's a rival, they rise to the occasion for sure.
This was an important win because the past 2 years they've been our biggest rival and we've been able to beat them. So I think it was important to come in and show them that we're still the Torrance from the past 2 years, and I'm glad we were able to accomplish that.
And the key for Crocker to continue leading her team to more wins like this is simple.
Even if I do look silly, or even if the other team is giving me weird looks, all that matters to me is my team and how they're doing. So if it takes me making a fool of myself to make them laugh and loosen up, then that's what I need to do.
Reporting at Torrance High School, I'm Catherine Gallo for the Sports Desk.
Catherine, thanks. Volleyball is heating up, and there's a few teams close in the standings. Can't wait to see how it all plays out. Let's check out how the other schools fared last week.
The Saxons fell to the Maroon Monsoon 3-1.
And then the Spartans battled it out with the Saxons and won 3-0. All right, now let's take a deep dive, Cedric. Time for some water polo.
For all the aquatics clubs, we see you and appreciate all the love you show the Sports Desk. We got to see West and North in the pool, dueling it out. Sports Desk reporter Anthony Chardelli caught the action.
The West High School Warriors boys water polo team took to the pool to face North, looking for their 5th win in a row. Things started off well for the Warriors as just 42 seconds in, Nick Weaver grabs the pass and fires it past North goalie Randy Kwok for the 1-0 lead. Then after West's Peter Rockford makes it 2-0, it's Weaver again to bring the Warriors' lead to 3-0. But North would keep it close. With under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, Matt Gregory scores to cut the lead to 2. It's 3-1 Warriors. With time winding down in the first quarter, Isaiah Garcia takes the centering pass and scores with the cannon from a good distance. Garcia credited his coach with the assist.
Oh, my coach, Coach Ethan, you could hear him saying you, and I know that means, take the shot, I have a good arm, get up, get really big, and then no one was in my way. It might have been from out there, but, if you just aim for the high corners, it usually goes in almost every time.
Back to the action. In the second quarter, West leads 7-1 and looking for more, but Randy Kwok with some unreal saves. First he stuffs the breakaway, then he gets the rebound, then a third chance with his fingertips, and finally a point-blank save to keep North within 6. Then West pulls away again with 4:19 left in the third quarter. Ethan Pruitt makes the score 8-1 Warriors. 34 seconds later, Rockford gets his second of the night to make it 9-1. But North wasn't dead. Trailing 10-1, Scott Fukushima gets one from way out. He's so far away, he's almost in Redondo Beach when he shoots that. 10-2 West. After West makes it 11-2, Kwok gets out of the goal and he scores with 1 second left, 11-3. And then on the defensive end, it's Kwok with a shot block, still 11-3 West. But the Warriors put North away for good. Weaver scores the hat trick on this wicked shot. Then Pruitt gets his second goal on the assist by Garcia. Finally, Faris Hazara finishes the Warriors' scoring onslaught with this quick shot to make it 12-4. But we have one last highlight as Kwok scores from a shot from even further out. He's almost in Hermosa. That brings the final score to 12-5 West.
I already knew while he was in the goal to start with, he already knew he had good legs and an arm because he was making full court shots. So that tells us a little bit something about how that player is. We were able to set up our offense and do our offense instead of trying to follow what they wanted us to do.
We communicated. We didn't do the best, but we did work on communicating. We worked on driving in. Our coach told us, set up when you get the ball on a quick break, just bring it back, set up, have a chance to, practice more and more and more.
The Warriors' match tonight against North turned out to be quite the battle after a standout performance by Saxon's goaltender Randy Kwok, both in the goal and on offense. In the end, though, the Warriors emerged victorious thanks to a balanced offensive attack. Reporting from the Aquatic Center, I'm Anthony Cherdelli for the Sports Desk.
Awesome work, Anthony. Man, I love seeing those mad water polo skills. We look forward to getting out to more aquatic sports soon. Our other clubs are on bye weeks, but we'll be sure to catch you up on the next episode.
We didn't forget about the tennis courts. How are our girls doing, Dani?
The Lady Saxons continue to dominate on the court. They defeated West 10-8. Amazing job, ladies.
And the Lady Knights had two matchups last week. First, they defeated Santa Monica 17-1, and then they outmatched LaSalle 10-8.
All right, let's hit those breaks for a second, but don't go too far.
Still to come, we've got the results from El Camino's cross-country team and how they did at the Masters Invitational. And then we'll head back to the gridiron. You won't want to miss it.
Humans have been gathering around fires, sharing stories for centuries. Uh-oh, it appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire.
Oh my gosh.
Wait just a minute. Is that the Smokey Bear?
He scared us.
How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? Precisely. The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally the true test. Feeling if the ashes are cool. It looks like they are. Bravo.
Wait, do you mind if we could just...
Ah yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe. But not so much by Smokey Bear.
Just 1 second, Smokey, wait.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk, everyone. Befriend us on Facebook. Tag us in all things Torrance Sports using the hashtag #TheSportsDeskTV.
We want to hear from you. So share with us your story ideas, send us photos and videos from games, and if there's something that you guys want featured, let us know about it because this is your show after all, Torrance.
Now let's take a walk over to the college campus. We caught up with El Camino's cross-country team. They ran. I walked, of course. They were prepping for the Masters Invitational and expecting a big outcome.
So we have a good group of local talent from our local high schools that are really leading our groups this year for both the men and women. This Saturday we have a very large competitive invitational at the Masters College up in Santa Clarita. It's an all 4-year university competition that we're going to be part of. We'll be the only community college competing against the 4 years. The men are going to run an additional mile. It'll be an 8,000 meter race, which is close to 5 miles, and we're well prepared for that. We should do very well. We think we're going to be right in the mix for the overall team title with 26 teams. The women should be in the mix to do well also.
I expect to be in our guys' top 7 for El Camino and just try to mix it up with 4U University guys.
I think we're ready. We've been performing pretty well at a lot of our smaller, more local races, and I think we're ready for some bigger, different competition and just to kind of test ourselves, push our limits a little bit more.
The Warriors made their presence known in Santa Clarita, going up against 33 university teams. Now to the results. Let's start with the men. They finished 3rd place overall. CARSON Bix led the charge with a time of 24 minutes and 58 seconds. That's good for 3rd place.
As for the women, they finished 16th overall, led by Grace Hoffman, who finished with a time of 19 minutes and 39 seconds in the 5,000-meter race. All right, back to the gridiron. That's right, we've got more football. Dani, you were at El Camino this weekend, right?
That's right, and the Warriors hosted Moore Park, and we're actually finding some challenges in the first half getting ahead in the game. The Raiders were no easy out, so let's see how it all went down. First quarter, Moore Park kicks a 49-yard field goal and are up by 3. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left, Dylan Chong recovers this fumble and returns it for a touchdown. With the point after, the Raiders lead 10-0. 3 minutes left in the second, Moore Park botches this snap and turns the ball over to ECC. It's now 1st and goal at the 2. Defensive lineman Joseph Tavi bulldozes his way into the end zone. Chris Valle to complete the point after, scores 13-7 to wrap up the first half.
56.
Third quarter, Warriors on the 5-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. Farillo fakes the handoff and passes it to Keyshawn Berry, but penalty flags are thrown. They run the play again, but this time, Taz Tusi and Trayvon Clark serve up a Philly to Farillo in the end zone. With the point after, Warriors now lead 14-13. End of the third, Farillo completes this pass to Kyron Cannon, who runs the ball to the 45-yard line. Sets up 2nd and 4. Trayvon Clark in action again as he makes the connection with Farillo out at the 20-yard line and runs it in for the 6. With the point after, makes the score 21-13. And with just 5 minutes and 41 seconds left in the fourth, Moore Park's offense would give us these safety points. Thank you very much. And the Warriors would go on to win by the final of 23-13. Warriors got off to a rough start in this game against Moore Park, but were able to turn things around by the second half. They ran a total of 40 rushing yards, and out of 27 passes attempted, completed 13 for a total of 218 passing yards. I got to speak with wide receiver Trayvon Clark afterwards, who was largely responsible for those numbers. You gained 76 yards for your team today. Strong performance. Can you please tell me what it was like to play against Moore Park?
I feel like we could have did a lot better against Moore Park, but you know, a win is a win.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What was it about them that you thought was probably a strong point for them that you guys had to really work against in today's game?
I'm gonna be honest. Their linebacker, they had good linebackers, so we had to get the run game going and get the passing game going at not at the same time, but we had to get it going because they had some good linebackers.
Well, you also got one of the touchdowns of the game in the third quarter. Can you take us back and run us through that play?
Coach, he actually called a real good play. He seen the safety was sitting in the corner. He just couldn't run with me, so we just went for it, and I ran a slant and go, and we took the top off, and it worked. Yeah.
It was a really exciting play to watch. And you're a returning sophomore this year. Can you just tell me overall what it's like to be playing with this team again, what you're looking forward to for the rest of the season?
Well, I'm looking forward to us to do some big things, honestly, and playing here again, I just feel like the captain in a way, like I could help this team a lot. We can do something this year, so yeah, that's how I feel.
I definitely see that.
Yeah.
You're a strong leader. Thanks so much, Trayvon, for your time. Reporting from Murdoch Stadium, I'm Dani Miskell with the Sports Desk. So, post-game, quarterback Graham Farillo reposted our highlights on Instagram of his touchdown, and he gave us some insight on its significance.
It was his very first touchdown of his Warrior career. And here's the catch. It wasn't by passing the ball, but receiving it. Coach Linehan dialed up the old Philly special, and it was successful. Congrats to you, Grant. All right, everyone. That's it for this week's edition of the Sports Desk.
We want to thank you so much for joining us. You guys are rock stars, and we love talking about all the action you guys bring to the screen each and every week. Keep it coming.
My name is Cedric Welton.
And I'm Dani Miskell. Please join us again next week, same time.
Same desk, same hosts. Don't forget to follow the Sports Desk on social media. We have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember, you can email us as well at thesportsdesk@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you.
See you guys next week right here on The Sports Desk.